If you're on the path to becoming a CPA, you know that data analytics is pretty much non-negotiable these days. But what happens when the basics just aren't enough? Today, we're going to expand your toolkit with some really powerful, specialized methods you'll definitely want to know. So you've probably put in the work to master the four main types of data analytics for the CPA exam, right? Descriptive, diagnostic, predictive, and prescriptive. But here's the thing. Both the exam and the real world demand more. So what do you do when you need a very specific tool for a very specific job? Here's what we're going to cover. First, we'll do a quick recap of the main four, just to set the stage. Then we'll dive deep into four specialized tools: anomaly detection, network analysis, text analysis, and in-memory analytics. And finally, we'll pull it all together so you can see how these tools really complete your analytics toolkit. Okay, let's start with what you're already familiar with. This will just be a quick refresher to make sure we're all on the same page before we jump into the new stuff.
Here they are, the big four. Remember, descriptive analytics is all about telling you what happened. Diagnostic digs in a little deeper to figure out why it happened. Predictive looks to the future to tell you what might happen. And prescriptive gives you recommendations on what can be done. Just think of these as the strategic foundation for any analysis you're doing.
All right, let's get into our first specialized tool. This one is all about finding the things that just don't belong. We're talking about anomaly detection. The whole idea behind anomaly detection is actually pretty simple, but incredibly powerful. You're basically looking for that blip on the radar, that one thing that deviates from the norm and makes you go, that's weird. It's the official process for tracking down that gut feeling. So why is this so important for accountants? Because those anomalies, those weird data points, are often where the biggest risks and sometimes the biggest insights are hiding. You can use this to spot potential fraud, pinpoint operational problems, or even find opportunities for improvement that would otherwise be completely buried in the data. It's a fantastic way to level up your standard analytical procedures. Let's make this really concrete. Imagine you're analyzing a company's profit margin. You expect it to fluctuate a little bit, with the seasons, but then all of a sudden there's a huge spike or a huge drop that just doesn't fit the normal pattern. That's the anomaly. Anomaly detection automatically flags this for you, so you can investigate why it happened instead of just letting it slide by unnoticed. Okay, let's move on to our next tool. This one isn't about single, isolated data points that are out of place, but about the hidden relationships between them. This is network analysis. The definition here is everything. Network analysis is all about taking data that represents a network, like transactions, social connections, supply chains, and digging through it to find patterns that are otherwise invisible. It literally turns a boring list of transactions into a visual map of what's going on. For a CPA, this is just incredibly useful. You can visualize exactly how money is moving between different accounts and entities. Are there weird clusters of payments going to a brand new vendor? Are there some sketchy-looking relationships between employees and suppliers? This helps you see complex flows of data that you would absolutely never spot in a regular spreadsheet. Just think about a classic fraud scheme where money is moved from company A to company B, then from B to C, and then right back to A to cover its tracks. A simple table of transactions might not make that obvious at all, but with network analysis, you'd literally see a circle on your map, a massive red flag screaming for you to investigate. So far, we've pretty much focused on numbers. But what about all the crucial information that's locked away in words? Well, that brings us to our third specialized area, text analysis. Now, text analysis is the big, broad umbrella term for using algorithms to find patterns in unstructured text. Text mining, on the other hand, is a specific technique that lets you sift through mountains of text, from the web, from comment fields, from books, to mine for really valuable nuggets of information, like new topics or emerging trends. So much of the story behind the numbers is actually told in words. I mean, think about the MD&A section, all those footnotes and the financial statements, or even thousands and thousands of customer reviews online. Trying to read all of that manually is just impossible. Text analysis automates the whole process, letting you pull out key themes, sentiments, and trends from massive amounts of text data. Here's a perfect example. A company could have a really serious product defect that's creating a huge potential liability. Instead of just waiting for sales to plummet, a CPA could use text mining to scan all the online reviews. The software would immediately pick up on recurring phrases like
broke immediately or stopped working, flagging a major business risk long before it ever hits the financial statements. Okay, our final specialized tool isn't so much about what you analyze, but all about how fast you can do it. So let's talk about the power of in-memory analytics.
The key thing to understand here is the technical difference. Traditionally, analysis meant pulling data from a slow hard drive. In-memory analytics, as the name suggests, processes data directly in the computer's super-fast main memory, its RAM. And that simple change pretty much eliminates all those frustrating processing delays.
The benefit is speed. Pure and simple. And what does all that speed get you? Well, it opens up a whole new way of working. You can ask a question, get an answer instantly. Ask another question, and just keep that conversation going with your data in real time. This is where you really see the practical value. Imagine you're in a meeting, and a client asks a really complex what-if question about their sales data. Instead of saying, okay, I'll get back to you on that, you could use in-memory analytics to pivot the data, run a whole new analysis, and show them the answer right there on the spot. It is a total game changer.
Okay, let's pull all of this together and really focus on what this means for you, especially when it comes to avoiding a really common exam trap. Here's the trap a lot of people fall into: confusing the purpose of these different tools. The four main types are there to answer broad, strategic questions. The specialized tools we talked about today, they're built to perform very specific tasks on your data. Think of the main four as your overall strategy and these specialized tools as the specific tactics you use to get the job done. So, to really simplify it, the four main types give you the strategic framework. These specialized tools are the instruments you use for those targeted tasks. Anomaly detection finds the weird, network analysis finds the hidden connections, text analysis finds the meaning in all the words, and in-memory analytics, it just finds the answers fast. And that leaves us with a final question to think about. The role of the CPA is evolving. It's becoming less about just being a financial historian and more about being a data storyteller. So as you move forward in your own career, which of these tools do you think will become just as fundamental as debits and credits?